I was with an organization for a while that I won't mention for safety reasons. I'll just say it was with La Papa, and that's all you need to know. I'm also not going to say the exact place because at that time, that organization was very well known, and there are things that are still better left that way. There was a guy there, a pretty big deal. He wasn't the boss of the area, but he was about 2 steps below. One of those guys who have songs about them, who like people to sing about their deeds and who are always acting like they're ready for war even when it's not necessary. The guy usually moved around in a Camaro with 2 Suburbans and a Raptor as his escort. He really liked to draw attention, honestly. If there was a speed bump, instead of going over it slowly, he'd jump it like he was in a rally. Until one day, because of his antics, he messed up the Camaro's shock absorbers, and something similar happened to one of the trucks too. That's why that day we all went in just one truck. There were 4 of us with him, and before we got to the ranch, he decided to stop at an OXXO that was on the highway. We had been on the road for about 20 minutes after leaving the ranch when we went in. Everything was normal. The air conditioning felt nice, the refrigerators were humming, we were grabbing drinks, and he was still saying that he liked the Mustang he was driving now more than the Camaro. Suddenly, one of the bodyguards got a call. I heard his voice change. "Where are you? Where are you?" They were yelling on the other end. He replied we were at the OXXO, very close to the ranch, and that's when they told him, "Don't leave, they just raided the ranch. The high command is there, they're coming for him." There was a really tense silence. The guy turned pale, but according to him, it wasn't out of fear, it was out of anger. He started cursing, saying his boss was going to come for him, that nobody was going to touch him, this and that, but he wouldn't come out. We closed the store, we took the cell phones from the employees and the few people who were there. We didn't hit anyone or anything, nothing like that, but we did tell them to stay still. The employees were a guy and a girl. The girl just said, "You guys are in charge, just don't hurt us, we don't want any trouble." The only time I spoke to them was to ask for the keys. "Give me the keys to the door, please," and that's it. That was all. A few minutes later, we started hearing gunshots in the distance. It wasn't close, but you could hear it clearly, different calibers. From inside, we could see patrol cars, trucks, and even helicopters passing by. The OXXO felt really strange. Outside, the highway was empty. Inside, the air smelled of coffee, sweet bread, and fear. An hour went by and you could still hear gunshots, although fewer now. The guy kept pacing back and forth. He grabbed a beer, opened it, took 2 sips, and put it down. Then he grabbed another one. One of us said to him, "If you keep this up, you'll be out before they even come for you." And he even replied, "Shut up, I'm not drunk, I'm thinking." But even he didn't believe it. Hours later, some soldiers and state police came up to the window to buy something. That's when we really got scared. We took the OXXO uniforms from the employees, and 2 of us put them on as best we could. One of us had a tight shirt on. He looked like a badly wrapped tamale. The problem was that no one knew how to use the cash register. The soldiers asked for some water, cigarettes, and chips. The one who was helping was just pressing buttons at random. In the end, he told them, "Take it. It's on the house for your service." Total nonsense. We didn't know how to ring them up. Later, the next shift came in. We let the new employees approach the door, and when they understood the situation, they were already inside. We also put them in the storage room with the others. One of them came in with his lunch in a bag and even asked, "So should I clock in or not anymore?" It even made us laugh, but it was nervous laughter. We were there for 15 hours. 15 hours locked up in a store, hearing helicopters, radio chatter, sirens, and the guy who used to brag so much getting quieter and quieter. He stopped talking about corridos, Camaros, or being untouchable. Once things calmed down, we left however we could. That's when I understood something. In that life, many people think they're invincible until they have to hide behind a glass door, praying that no one recognizes them. Sharing a long-kept story can sometimes lift a weight off someone's shoulders.